guys, welcome back to the Maniac Guy up here in Maine. So today we're going to go through the cleaning, the proper cleaning, and the stuff you'll need for this Traditions. This one's the Traditions Trapper. It's like a Hawkins style pistol. I mean, they're all basically the same, you know, 1 in 20 twist. Bottom line is, it's a percussion cap. It takes a patched round ball in this end, and a percussion cap in this end, and other than drifting out this pin here and pulling the barrel out, which you can do, but it's not really going to do anything at all for you to access the back because it's got a breech plug. So there's only one way to clean this. So I'm going to take you guys through this really quick.
Okay, so just as a quick side note, I did go ahead and I knocked this wedge pin out and pulled this barrel out just to kind of show you guys what this looks like. And this is that end plug, the breech plug I was talking about, and that's pressure fit in there. So there's no way to get that out. So you're really not going to get into a muzzle loader. That's why it's called a muzzle loader, I guess. You're really not going to get into an old school muzzle loader from the back. As you can see, you know, in through here and stuff like that, this is all under the stock. So it's not bad. Every once in a while, I'll pop it out and give it some boar butter and give that a cleaning as well. Just because, well, it's black powder. So, you know, big explosions happen back in that area and it gets down in around it. So not bad to pull it off every once in a while and give it a little love. I also liberally put some boar butter up in here. That's the notch that that sits in. So just thought it was worth mentioning, guys.
So there's only one way to clean this. So I'm going to take you guys through this really quick. And the things that you're going to need, first of all, do not use any modern gun oils or gun cleaners, powder solvents, things like that. This is a black powder firearm, so you need to use black powder stuff. Otherwise, it's going to gum it up. It's just going to be awful. Also, I shot this doing a video with you guys a couple of days ago, literally like 2 days ago. It's already got some surface rust starting. I didn't do really good about cleaning this. These are going to rust if you shoot them without cleaning them. Maybe some of your more modern propellants won't do that, but a lot of your, you know, even your Pyrex will. So first things first, you're going to need, I use a lot of Thompson Center products. I mean, there's also, you've got this company, Rusty Duck makes them, but the moral of the story is you want to get a black powder solvent. So this is a number 13 bore cleaner. It's a natural. You're going to notice with a lot of this stuff, with black powder stuff, it's all natural. That's what this stuff looks like. I squirted a little in there. So it's kind of creamy and white, and it's just an all natural product. Boar butter, as we were talking about, this is your lubrication. This is what you use to lube your patches for your balls. And this is what you're going to want to use. It's an all natural. You notice again, I got Thompson Center. These are not the only guys that make it, but I trust their products and I like their products. So that's what you need for your lube. That's what you need for your solvent. Other than that, things you're going to want to have, you're going to want to have a toothbrush for getting in those nooks and crannies. You're going to want to have a nipple wrench, which might look like this. So this goes around here. I already unscrewed the nipple from here. Seats basically in around the nipple as it's in the gun, and you just crack it loose and unscrew it. Might look like this. This one usually comes with a lot of your kits. This guy here is really tough to use though because it's hard to get down on there. It might look like this. This is a ratcheting nipple wrench. So nipple wrench, you need one of those to pull the nipple. I don't even take the barrel out of the gun when I clean it. So I'll tell you about that in a minute. Unless you're using your ramrod, which came with the gun, which the ramrod that comes with the gun, you'll notice at the cup of the, where you cup the ball there, that's actually threaded. And what you're going to need, this is also your ramrod for cleaning. Again, I use a range rod. This is a 50 caliber rod. And this one here is not made of wood, it's a polymer. What I've got screwed on here is a jig head. So this is what I'm going to wrap a patch around. And you're going to need some 50 caliber patches, or you can just take a rag and cut basically a water rag, wet it down with some of your solvent, and scrub it out. This is what's going to hug around that and really let you get in the lands and grooves. Probably going to want a 50 caliber brush, a bore brush, for hitting it that initial time with some. You can also buy pre-saturated patches from Thompson Center. These are pre-saturated in the bore cleaner. Probably not going to hurt. And I know this seems like a lot, but just take it a little bit at a time. This is stuff that, trust me, I've learned over time, you're going to want to have this stuff. This is a patch puller. it'll actually thread right in the end of any of these. They're threaded about the same. And this patch puller here, in a pinch, because remember, there's no way to get into the back end of this barrel. So what goes in the front has to come out the front. So there are kits you can buy that shoot CO2 in there to pull it up. Well, this works just fine for me. So this is a patch puller. So if we get a patch stuck in there, I can just kind of worm it in there and pull it out. Now, right in there with that is a ball puller. I'll let you figure that one out. That does the same thing. These are lead balls, so tedious. I have had to do it one other time, and I just happen to have the ball that I had to pull out right the heck there. I tell you what, that would have been a bad rig. I got talking to my buddy, and I poured some powder, or I forgot to pour the powder down the barrel, and well, I did what they call is dry balling it. So I actually had to pull that ball with this by sticking it on the end of my ramrod, putting it down in there, and threading it ever so gently into the ball, and then pulling the ball out. You strip the ball, you kind of got to look at option B. But so never a bad idea to have one of these ball pullers with you. This is a Breech Scraper. Same thing. Screw it on the end, stick it down in through, rotate it around. It scrapes some of that hard to get powder off from the breech of the weapon, which is this end, because you got your muzzle in your breech. Those are some of the basic tools that you're going to want to have. Feel free to wear gloves if you don't want to get all these chemicals and the lead residue and everything all over your hands. And so that's what you need. The basic procedure of this, and nobody ever really taught me through this, is you unthread the nipple, and I just drop that right in this. I usually have a small little cap or something like that, a soda bottle cap or whatever you got. Now, one of the other things that you're going to want to have is a needle. They do sell what's called a nipple pick. This is what I'll have in the field with me, just in case I get a nipple obstruction. I can pull this out and clear my nipple. So sometimes if you don't have a nipple pick, regular old needle will do just as fine, because there's that little hole in the very end of the nipple, and you want to stick this down through it and clean it out. Pipe cleaner works great for that, and I actually have to grab a pipe cleaner. I forgot to grab one. And you'll clean this hole out right here with a pipe cleaner that you soak in the bore solvent. So that's pretty much all there is to it, guys. You pull the nipple, throw it in there, wet down a toothbrush with some of this solvent, scrub all around in here, hit this with your brass brush, hit your bore with a brass brush, which again, she'll thread right in any of these ramrods. That's pretty handy in that way. So you pretty much just thread her right on your ramrod, and hit this with some solvent. Clean that out. Once you brush it a few times and you get everything all broken free, then I hit it with a patch or pre-soaked patch or whatever of the bore solvent, and I hit that for a little bit and scrape out that back of this breech, and then I'll take and I'll lube up a patch with bore butter. And I'll coat everything in there with bore butter. Once everything's all scrubbed and broken free, I'll coat the whole gun with bore butter, and she'll be just as shiny as she was when you first bought her. It's really important to do that, really important to follow those steps, and it's really important to make sure that you're religious about cleaning these. They're super fun to shoot, they're awesome, but they are one of those things that if you don't take proper care of them, they don't take long to deteriorate. I've had this one, by the way, and you see it's, it's dirty right now, but she's in relatively good shape. And I've had this one here for, I don't know, probably around 15 years anyway. So you take care of them, and they'll take care of you. So that's my quick tips and tutorial for how to properly clean any type of these muzzle loading pistols. Muzzle loading rifles, same principles apply, just longer ramrod. Alrighty guys, so hey, thanks again so much as always for joining us. And if there's anything that we missed at any part of this, anything that you wanna see or that you're curious about, go ahead and leave that in the comments. If you find it useful, or there's not a whole lot of super detailed tutorials on this, I think a lot of people just take it for granted, then feel free to comment on there and let us know that you like what you see. So give us a like, subscribe if you find this stuff as enjoyable as we do. So until next time, you take care, and it was good having you along. So have a good one. And from the Maniac Guy up here in Maine. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time. Pictures so perfect we play through only 'cause you set up the angle. Web
web that you weave got us tangled, caught in what's before.